All right, welcome to the Turntable Podcast. The sun just started to come out of the clouds after a very cloudy day here in bright, beautiful Florida, the Sunshine State. My name is Jarrett.
My name is Kylie.
And my name is Reese.
And we're collective students of the DSC Music Production and Technology program. And we've kind of met through that. We've had ties before that, but since that, we've kind of brought each other together. And today we're just going to talk a little bit about ourselves, what we do within the program, and how we kind of led ourselves to want to aspire to become audio engineers and work in the program, in the field.
So the way that we kind of were brought together, one day, like my first day of class, I was sitting at, the local taco shop.
It's a funny story, actually.
And I heard my name called, and I was like, what the hell? And I looked to the side, and I saw it was Jarrett, and I was like, yo, it's been a while, like COVID, there hasn't been any local shows, and that's how me and Jarrett basically met. And then I met Kylie because she was chilling with Jarrett, and, every Tuesday we get together, we have lunch, and we finally were like, let's start a podcast. We have the equipment, we're the type of students who should be doing this, so why not? It'll be a fun little project.
Yeah. It's the easiest thing to do, too. All you have to do is just talk to each other.
Yeah, and this is basically what we do at lunch is just talk about music. Or music students, what else can we talk about?
What are some new artists you guys have been listening to?
Right. So some new artists that I've been listening to, I actually recommended one of the new artists to my friend over here, Kylie. Her name's Mitski, and her song "Nobody" was pretty popular. I'd say like a year ago, and I just started listening to her again, and started listening to some Johnny Cash over the weekend. Good old Johnny Cash, I love him and his folk country. How about you, Kylie? What have you been listening to?
So I listen to the same thing every single day because I absolutely love Harry Styles. I always listen to Harry Styles. That is the way I just don't think about anything. And I really, really, really like Casey Musgraves. I take a lot of inspiration from her because I think she just flows with her music so beautifully, and it's so soft, but it's so memorable. I just think it's so beautiful, and those are the two artists that I mostly lean towards when I put on Spotify. What about you, Jarrett?
Recently, a lot of Don Toliver. My friend showed it, or a coworker of mine had showed me him a little while ago. He's a hip-hop guy, pretty good. But one person of note that I really like that I've listened to recently was Adam Neely on Spotify, and he's got a YouTube channel, and he does all the works on music theory, talks about all sorts of music history, things like that. But his music struck me the most recently because he does covers of pop songs, but reorganizes the whole song and makes it his own in a way. He did a cover of Thank You Next by Ariana Grande. He added in strings, very classical, almost sounds to it, and it just kind of made his own version of it. And he also did another cover of Run Away With Me, which was that song by Carly Rae Jepsen. And he just the original song was just a kind of a club banger with the synthesizer ba 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 ba. But he redid it with a live saxophone, electric guitars. He added a little bit of metal flair into some of the things, and just completely reorganized the song. And I love that. I love that aspect of music, how you can kind of recreate other people's songs into your own, that idea of covers instead of just the generic I have a guitar and this song was made for guitar, so I'm gonna play it on guitar and then sing it again with my voice.
What would you say is your guys' favorite genre of music?
I love pop music. That is always my go-to.
For me personally, I guess I would say punk, Riot Girl, that sort of movement. That music's good. How about you, Jarrett?
I mean, I I'm not a genre guy because I like everything. Mm-hmm. My most popular, surprisingly enough, the most listened to genre that I have on my phone is definitely hip hop. But that's just because like when I'm working or working out or something, I want to get like pumped up, and hip hop is always just there for me whenever I need to do that. But I love all types of indie rock, punk, pop music in general, especially like most people.
What music do you enjoy making the most?
The funnest stuff I've made has always been stuff where like it's just anything that's hard for me to make. So I wasn't very well versed in recording rock music for a while. And then, over time I just kind of got better and better at doing it. But I feel like rock is definitely super fun for me because it's not very hard to make a good rock song. But once you make a good rock song and, you literally just have to do some basic stuff like panning the guitar to the left and right channel and then pumping up the bass with a little bit of, distortion. But, it's so easy to just like sit in a studio for a couple of hours, record some guitar tracks and a vocalist and be like, all right, here's your club banger. Here's what's going to make you money,
Yeah.
What genres do you guys enjoy making the most?
So I am a pianist and I play ukulele. Those are the only two instruments that I play. So I'm one of those people that really likes to write sad music. I don't know why. I don't like making sad music because I want to be happy and I want to make upbeat because I really, really like pop music. So I want to make it. But I always kind of gear towards like sad piano songs. But the ironic thing is, so I'm a pianist, you guys know that. But I love guitar. Like I wish I could play guitar. I just want guitar to be in all of my music, acoustic guitar especially. I don't know. I just love it so much.
I do not make music, but if I did, it would probably be like indie rock. That's probably what would suit me the best is indie rock, or like I said, like punk is my favorite. It's either one of those two genres I'd probably enjoy recording the most.
So question for you guys. Okay, so when you listen to music, are you geared more towards live instruments or are you geared more towards like MIDI type of instruments?
I'd say it just depends how the artist uses it, Like, there are so many ways you can use both of those instruments within, like, those types of instruments within the same song.
Yeah.
But, like, it would probably be MIDI.
Really?
Yeah.
I love live instruments. I give respect to any artist who can make a whole song with live instruments.
Oh, for
I think
sure.
that's so beautiful.
All right. I have to talk about Adam Neely some more.
Of course.
This man knows the perfect balance of MIDI instruments and live instruments. Because that song I was saying, his cover of "Run Away with Me," the first time that he goes to the chorus, he does this weird like distorted underwater sounding like 808 sound, and the second time he goes to the chorus it's like pumping electric guitar, like common instrumentation of like pop punk or something. So like I feel like in the modern age I'm almost willing to say I'd want to hear more of a mixture, because live instruments have always classically had their own space as being like the quintessential cornerstone of music. You listen to live guitar, pop music, you listen to live drums, but hip hop has created such a big surge of MIDI instruments within that genre. I feel like mixing, and that's kind of slowly but surely made its way into every other genre of music. Yeah. Even like metal music, hardcore metal music, they'll use programmed MIDI drums instead of having a live drummer, because it's easier to make a perfect like kick drum pattern that's super fast through a MIDI than trying to get a drummer to just have calves of steel.
Yeah, for sure.
So
have you guys listened to any Rex Orange County?
I have not.
Yes.
What do you think about him?
He's a phenomenal artist.
I think so too, and I think his band is amazing, and the way that they just mess around with rhythm is just it's so nice. Like his music's so creative.
Mm-hmm. He's got a very beautiful like voice. I love the timbre of his voice. It's like a very soothing. It's not too present like a lot of vocalists tend to try to like move more air, be more present inside the mix, but his just kind of lays back a little bit, and it kind of goes well with his whole slick,
For sure.
spiel.
What's the best concert you guys have ever been to?
Hands down, Snarky Puppy live for free at the Jacksonville Jazz Festival.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I mean, I haven't been to a lot of concerts, but that one in particular, like, I'm a jazz guy. Like, I came from a jazz background. I played it all throughout high school, and I was and like, my current band is, like, from a jazz background, and we make very jazzy stuff. But, like, talent, I don't think there's anything that can, like, make blood flow to my brain faster than a group of just extremely talented jazz musicians. And that's all Snarky Puppy is. It's literally just, like, the best drummer they could find, the best keyboardist they could find, the best horn players they could find. But yeah, that was like the most energetic concert I've ever been to, and I was sitting down the entire time.
So for the viewers, which song would you recommend for them?
My favorite song by Snarky Puppy was the one I heard first and saw the first music video for, and it's What About Me? Just because I love Larnell Lewis, the drummer, so much. I look up to him. He's always been my idol for drumming, and he just kills it in every ounce of the word, kills it.
I'd say my favorite concert I've been to, and it might be a little controversial, is the Growlers. They're not, they don't treat people right, but they throw really fun concerts. They end up packing the whole, outdoor, indoor. I've seen them twice, and they just know how to throw a party. They do their own little festivals back in like LA or something, and they were just so much fun to see. And the singer's a little cocky, but it just makes it even a better like performance. He's not too cocky, but just makes for a good performance.
Just sorry to add on to that, like, I remember hearing about a free Growlers concert the day that it happened.
That's where I went.
Yeah, I texted like 3 or 4 people, and they're like, "Oh fuck yeah, we're gonna go to the free Growlers concert!" Like, just out of nowhere. Like, I didn't even know about it like more than 6 hours in advance, and then everybody that was in my friend group was there, and we all vibed at that concert and had such a great time.
Yeah,
like,
was it the Sing Out Loud concert? It was like a festival throughout all of St. Augustine. Was it at the St. Augustine Amphitheater?
yeah, it was at the amphitheater.
Yeah.
And then like I showed up, and people I didn't even invite were there. Like, all my friends that I knew. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Except I remember a lady passing out in the crowd or something because she wasn't getting enough water, and everyone was like, make way, like, we gotta get her through.
That's just a consequence of being at a concert.
You gotta bring water, and you can't buy the overpriced water
Oh,
there.
yeah,
'cause
it's like
gonna be
$8.
Yeah, it's gonna be $8, especially at a free concert. The alcohol there was like 10 plus a cup.
Yeah, I went to Rolling Loud, which was a rap festival, and I was there for all 3 days. I think it was in 2017 in Miami. Everyone passed out. everyone had their turn. They were in the stretchers. They got their water and IV and stuff, and went on their merry way. No one got like seriously injured or anything, but yeah, just a lot of stuff. Except for one of the rappers that jumped off the stage.
Nice.
Yeah, I forget who it was, but
I've never been to a festival. Never.
I want to go to a festival, it'd be a lot of fun. I just have to be prepared, like for a whole day out there.
yeah.
The local festivals around Daytona and like DeLand are a lot of fun. Especially the DeLand one. What is it called? DeLand. It was just like DeLand Music Festival or whatever.
I forget what it was called necessarily. I think it was just DeLand Music Festival.
Yeah, those are a lot of fun. I mean, something local to do. And if you're into local bands, you can go see your favorite local band.
I kind of like, I don't like how small the Daytona and DeLand and really Central Florida music scene is, but I love it because like every time I show up to one of these events, I like know everyone, and I'm like, hey, like,
it's really cool.
I haven't seen you in like 2 weeks since we went to the show last weekend. Like,
it's really cool, like bumping into people who you follow online or whatever, and then you're like, wow, like, I'm actually in their presence, and they make good music. It's crazy. It's almost like magic. Kylie, what was your favorite concert to go to?
So I only go to stadium concerts because I'm one of those people. Like I said, I've never been to a festival. I don't really go to amphitheaters. You guys already know the answer.
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles. Because I snuck down so close to him, and he just knows how to put on a show. Like, he gets the crowd going. He gets everything so crazy.
Because he knows his audience. It's
He knows
all,
his
like,
audience.
Little children and girls.
Yes, the
Love
funniest thing
him.
is, though, people bring their dads, and their dads just sit down the whole time and like stare blankly. And I'm like, you spent $500 on this concert seat, and you're not even gonna stand up. My sister had the nerve to sit down the whole time during a Harry Styles concert.
Oh my God.
We literally snuck down so close to him, and she had the nerve to sit down. But Ariana Grande was really good too, except, okay, so I don't know if this is a little controversial, but like sometimes I could tell she was lip syncing.
I mean, like, I feel at some points they just gotta lip sync. They're on stage for what, like
Hours
and
Like 2
hours,
right?
Yeah, so they gotta give themselves a break.
I just didn't like how she made it so noticeable.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
I'm not a big fan of Ariana Grande, but the live recording of Seven Rings is really good.
Oh yeah, she's really good live. She did her whole Christmas stuff.
as a live musician, there's no excuse. If she was lip syncing, that's kind of bad. It's kind of bad. I don't like lip syncing, but that's just because I'm like, me.
I don't like lip syncing either.
But here's another question: what concerts have you guys been to? Like I can probably list out most of the concerts I've been to and
Yeah.
some of the venues. So I'll ask you guys to go first.
I can list mine on one hand.
All right, then you go.
Okay, I have actually, yeah. So when I was really, really little, I went to Kelly Clarkson because she's literally my inspiration. I love her. And then I've been to 2 One Direction concerts, Harry Styles, and then Ariana Grande.
I've seen Dr. Dog at the Social, the Growlers at the Social, and then the Growlers at, St. Augustine Amphitheater of Montreal at some place. I don't remember. I think it was in Jacksonville. And then all the live shows, I've seen Jarrett play. He's an awesome drummer. He knows how to fuck it up in a hazmat suit. How about you, Jarrett?
My first ever concert was at the Hard Rock Cafe in Universal Studios, and it was Daughtry. Wasn't my choice. It was like I was super young, and my parents had bought me the ticket, and I was like, okay, I'll go. That was my first concert. I don't really know if these are going to be in order, but I've seen Snarky Puppy live at the Jacksonville Jazz Festival, and that was just like an outdoor amphitheater. I forget what it was. I've seen American football at the Beecham. I've seen what's the song that's like "Sweet Dreams
Are made of.
No, not that one.
I thought that song too.
Let me look this up really quick. Borns. I saw Borns live at the Beecham.
Oh, I also saw Clairo and Beta do Bop, whatever her name is.
I would love to see Clairo.
She was so sweet on stage. She was so nice.
I've seen Kenny Loggins, which is like completely left field. Nah, never mind. I've seen Daughtry. Like I don't even know what Daughtry is doing nowadays, to be honest. I've seen I think that might be it. At least for my recollection of now. I think I've seen more people, but I just can't think of their names right now. But yeah, I mean, I've been to a couple of concerts besides local shows.
Yeah.
I've seen about
Too many.
Yeah, as many local bands as I can,
Yeah.
and played with them. So like, I've been all over that area before.
Let's talk about local bands. Let's get into that maybe.
There's been a lot that have dropped, especially recently.
Yeah, I mean, and in retrospect, like you can kind of, everyone knew that it was gonna happen. Like there were some people who were gonna fall off, and there's definitely been a lot of people falling off, and it's just because of COVID. Like bands don't know how to keep together and keep practice times together, and like also worrying about the fact that you don't know where those other people have
Your
been.
bandmates are a silent killer.
Yeah, you don't know. I love the Florida scene. I'd say like probably like it's so amazing. Like there are definitely like a lot of scenes, around the United States and just the world, but the Florida scene seems really connected to each other, and everyone's like wants to work together, at least seems like they want to work together. And I don't know, I think DIY music is just like so beautiful. And after COVID's done, it's going to be so nice to get back to local shows, because they were my sense of release. And, you know, seeing my favorite bands play and seeing my friends play, it was just, I miss it so much.
Yeah, Governor Ron wants it to happen sooner than later, but we'll see about that.
And with the type of scene, you know, that we have, no one's going to be playing shows. It's just not politically correct to be playing shows right now.
And I've been in Jetty Days. I'm part of a band. It's called Jetty Days. That's a shameless plug right there.
Yeah.
We only have an Instagram page and one song out, so we're not like anything happening. But we were playing the live shows right up until COVID. Like the news of COVID had hit us right after we finished playing shows in Jacksonville. We played at the Kona skate park in Jacksonville. Yeah, like there's so many good musicians within the Florida music scene. Like everyone was doing their own thing. I've seen plenty of bands. I really like, in particular, Fool's Gold. I was actually a member of that band for like a day. I played. They wanted a keyboardist. I was like, yeah, man, I'll jump on. They showed me everything they were doing. He already had songs written, and I was like, actually, I can't really play keyboard. I'm only a drummer.
I'd say my favorite local band, and it might be obvious, but it's like Reels. Reels is awesome.
Reels
I
is
love
good.
Reels.
And that's another thing that's great is like no matter where you're from Florida, like if as soon as you're a Florida musician, everyone in there is like, I want to work with you. Reels, super good. They're St. Augustine or Jacksonville.
I'm not sure. It might be in between, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, still, they're crazy. I was in a band called the Beach Bonsai. That went its own way.
Life happens.
Shit happens, and COVID didn't help that at all. Like, I'm trying to think of who else. Like, I follow all these bands. Like, I met a Yeti. I know Dalton, Emerson Music, I think, on Instagram I follow. But all these people are just great musicians. They're extremely, like, willing to want to work.
Yeah.
They want to work. They want to make it. And that's really important. And a lot of them follow up. Probably my inspiration for really getting into the music scene initially was a local Daytona band called Odessos.
I've heard of them, yep.
Legends in their field. They created they basically reinvigorated the whole music scene for this area of Florida.
You know, it's really sad because, like, I come from Palm Coast and it's super small there, but, you know, there's just the music scene's we were building it, you know, it was going really well up until COVID hit. Like, we had shows going constantly, like, we had a venue, we knew where we were going to stick, but COVID just happened, and, like, you know, it feels like we've almost been backtracked because of how small our town is, you know, like, and same with, like, any other small town, like, it's just going to be so hard now.
Yeah.
I kind of disagree about COVID for the music scene, though. I don't think it was necessarily really that bad of a thing, because, like, for musicians, especially like myself, it's given us time to sit back, learn new instruments, try new styles out, sit down and actually think about what we're creating and what we're producing, so that when we do get back on the live scene, we have something else to show. We have more to show to the world.
A really, really good band from Palm Coast is Home Is Where. You guys should check it out. Home Is Where is awesome. But also another band, a local Florida band, is Charles Irwin. They've done some really cool things, and they make some really, really, really good, interesting, creative music. So Charles Irwin you should check them out.
I don't know, one that I really liked, mainly because I was playing in like an indie surf rock type band for a while, and I'm still in one, but like Friendly Dads. Friendly Dads were really good. They had an extremely good EP that came out, I think, but they did so many good sounds within that first within that first EP, and it just made like All I Want Is More. So they do have a new album in 2020.
You know what I want more of is Palm Tree Square. I want more Palm Tree Square. They are amazing, and they're doing so well. They only started, like 2 years ago.
Yeah, they started 2018.
Yeah, but they're a really good local band as well.
And Dad's Day Off.
Dad's Day Off is great. They are
Super
so good and so vibey.
2019, they're more beachy than the other band I had just said, but they came out with an EP in 2019, and I listened to it back to forth like so many times. Like,
didn't you play a show with them?
I was trying to organize something with them, but it didn't fall through.
Yeah.
Or it fell through. It didn't work out.
Yeah. So, have you seen Miley Cyrus's what is it? It's not Heart of Gold. It's the cover she did.
She's done a lot of covers.
It's the one that's like blowing up right now. I know she just released it on Spotify because everyone was like, "Oh my God, Miley Cyrus singing rock, she's perfect, and that's where she belongs." And honestly, I do think Miley Cyrus belongs in rock.
She did change up her look so much.
She's changed through so many. Heart of Glass is what she covered, and like Heart of Glass is more, I guess, like disco-y, but her voice just belongs like in rock, and you know, anything where she can just like show her full range.
Yeah, I've watched videos of her doing covers of certain songs like My Future by Billie Eilish and certain other songs that I can't really name off the top of my head right now.
The Arctic Monkeys
Yeah,
one,
she's
have
done
you seen
stuff like that.
Yeah.
But everybody in the comment section is like, she's done it so much better than the original artist, and I completely disagree. I don't really like the way she does covers, because even the way she sang her own original song, because she did Slide Away, and I like the audio recording of that song. That's like the only Miley Cyrus song I like. Sorry, but I heard the live version of it, and I didn't like it. I don't know. I just don't. It's just not my style.
I hope she does, you know, release maybe like a small album of just, you know, rock kind of songs, because just to hear her voice like that, it would do her so much better versus pop or rap or country. You know, like I guess country works well, but
She has a pretty
still.
country voice.
Yeah, for sure. And that's where she originates. Like her dad, Billy Ray Cyrus. You know, all American.
I actually prefer Noah Cyrus over Miley Cyrus's style of music. I think it's so
I
much
actually haven't
prettier.
listened to her.
Really?
Yeah. You know, like I've seen pictures and stuff of what she looks like, but I haven't listened to her.
Let's talk about Billie Eilish.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, let's talk about
let's
Billie
talk
Eilish.
about Billie Eilish. Okay.
There's a lot to talk about Billie Eilish.
Now, off the bat, she definitely deserved that Grammy. Like, you know, she did a good job. Her team did a good job. Everything was good there. But her promotional material that I keep seeing in my ads and stuff is so weird. Like, it's like presumed that everybody loves Billie Eilish because she came forth with, she's like, listen to this single that I did on Spotify, and then later hit this link and it'll show you a dream chart and you can list your goals and dreams. And it was something weird like that, and I'm like, what type of like hippie bullshit is this? Like,
I think she's just trying to like appeal to like her crowd, you know, because you know I feel like it's the, you know, like young teenage girls who are like into that stuff. Not also just young teenage girls, but you know,
and they look up to her because you know, she's Billie
she's
Eilish.
there, and also she's art. I mean, she's my age, you know, like
Yeah.
she's around my age, so you know, it's
Her
it's good to have a young person to look up to, especially someone who talks about serious subjects and puts them in such an artistic way. I think her brother is a genius, and you know, I mean, like he's mostly Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish is her.
Well, I mean, like she's had other producers,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
just him, but
Yeah.
like I don't know, like she's good. Like I love all of her stuff. I love all of her stuff.
I remember when she first started coming out, you know, like I kind of knew who she was, and then all of a sudden it was just like everyone loved her music, you know.
Her music style has definitely changed, though. It started off with Ocean Eyes, which is very piano and very soft, and then it turned, like, huge, like Bad Guy, the way that there's, like, drilling sounds, and it's so hardcore. And then she went softer again with My Future. It's, like, so weird to see how
I
her
think
music...
it's a good change up, though. It allows her to use up all of her creative energy. You know, she doesn't have to feel like she has to stick to one thing. And I think that's a good thing for the artist, because sometimes you put yourself in a box and you don't know how to work within that box. So why not just break it? and just do what you want. You don't have to stick to a certain genre or a certain label.
Her success definitely did come like left field. Like no one was expecting her to win as many like to get nearly as many nominations in the first place.
It was like 6, right?
Yeah, and she had won best engineered record for that year. I'm pretty sure.
I think she was the first to win all of those categories in like the past like 40 years or something. Like all of the categories. The last person to win it, I'm pretty sure he just got it for like one album and then never did anything after that. Like he got his Grammys and that was it. But hopefully with Billie Eilish, she keeps popping off like the way she is, because she definitely deserves it.
Yeah.
So speaking of Grammys, okay. So there's one Grammy that people say is the new artist curse. Do you guys believe that? Like once you win the like best new artist like of the year, you fall off. Like your career will end.
I'd say it has definitely happened with a lot of people. It's hard to say that it'll happen to everyone, but I do kind of believe in it. What do you think about it, Jared?
I think I'll let you know when I win my Grammy.
Yeah, let's see if you fall off.
Yeah. I mean,
wait. We can just ask our professors.
Yeah. Well, like I've spoken to Swihart about this before. Not necessarily about this specific thing, but he's talked about just the new artist thing. The problem with it is that there's so many artists that are entered every single year, and it only increases as time progresses. So it's extremely hard for the Grammy committee to kind of go through all of that and select somebody, let alone like they're not doing it to be able to predict their future. Winning a Grammy doesn't necessarily secure you a future in music.
Yeah.
Like you got a Grammy, that's good, but
Put it on your shelf.
multi Grammy award winning people, like they have something about them. They have something about them that pushes the industry in their direction because they've been doing it in the way that the Grammy committee likes.
Yeah. Also, I want to know who's on the Grammy committee. What credentials do they have to be choosing this?
They won a Grammy.
Wait, I thought the
are they
audience
really?
votes. I thought like listeners vote online. We do like a poll.
I have no idea who
I
votes.
mean, I don't know about that, but I know that the Grammy committee consists of people that past winners of the Grammy award, and because Aaron Swihart, our professor, is on the Grammy committee.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and he's currently going through. They're currently going through their first round of like listening and voting and stuff for.
That's very interesting. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
It's nice. It's really cool because as a audio engineer, I'm like, I would love to win a Grammy. Here's someone that has a Grammy that can tell me how he won a Grammy.
Exactly.
And he's only won one, so he's not like a industry legend or anything crazy like that. But he has the skill. He's very, very knowledgeable in everything.
And he
does.
obviously got that Grammy for a reason.
Yeah.
Like same with Nicely.
I definitely think that Taylor Swift deserves every Grammy she's ever won. She always wins like back to back.
I don't even know anything about Taylor Swift.
I don't know shit about her. I just know that a lot of people don't like her, and I'd love to not like her like everyone else. But I mean, I don't know. That's just my quarrel. I'm not like a huge country person. I like older country, like Johnny Cash and stuff like that. That I like a lot, but more modern country, especially the more they implement hip hop into it.
That's not good.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're deviating from the roots of it, because originally country was meant to be like an outcry. It was, I mean, a little bit racist, but it was supposed to be anti, like, because jazz was seen is perceived by the public as like the black music in America when it first was a thing, and country was a response to that. They were like, yeah, well, we can do it better than y'all. We can do it without syncopating on the offbeat. We can do it on the downbeat instead.
And that's why I feel like I really like Johnny Cash, is because he's one of those country people, well, country folk. He's just so anti-poverty and, anti-war. Like the song Man in Black is a perfect example of what he believed in. And, like Johnny Cash is literally the perfect example for that.
Yeah. And Johnny Cash kind of deviates from that. Like, not saying that Johnny Cash was like racist or any proportion of that, but just like classically, that's how it was kind of seen. It was a retaliation almost against that, and that's why you have like old country being so bouncy. It's like boom, it's always landing on the downbeat, and then jazz was always about the 1, 2, 3, 4 syncopated.
I don't know who it was. I'm not sure if it was a president, but one of them asked to for Johnny Cash to sing a couple songs, and he was like, Johnny Cash doesn't get told what to sing, and you know, one of them was slightly racist, and it just wasn't good for the time, so he was like, I'm playing my songs, and he played, you know, Cry Cry Cry, Man in Black, and all the bops, you know.
Anyways, we're gonna end it there. Thank you guys for listening, and we hope to have you back in next time.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.